What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm here, Michael, ChiCityYaker. Welcome back to the channel. After my little winter quasi hiatus, I didn't really post much. In fact, I didn't really get to do even much of the podcast. Just been so busy with other things and creating content and in other areas and all of that. But as you can see here right now, it's the beginning of March. It's a beautiful day. In fact, I kind of wish I was out in the water. But before we can get out in the water, and a reason for this video is to talk about basically preparing yourself for the fishing season, right? You've been laying low the entire winter. Everything's been stored up. And, a lot of guys will see a day like today and immediately just run out into the water if they can find some open water to go start their season. It's early in the season. Of course, you got to be careful out there. The water's still frigid. Specifically, we're talking about like Lake Michigan. I mean, all bodies of water are still pretty cold. But Lake Michigan is going to be really, really cold. And so before you even try to get out there, today's video was all about preparing yourself, kind of breaking everything in, setting everything up. So I don't really have like a formula for what I'm going to do right now, but I'm just going to kind of piece by piece show you kind of like the process. You can see I've got the yak pulled out. It's been tarped over all winter. It's the first time I'm pulling the tarp off of it. Gonna take a look at it, walk through it, make sure everything looks good. We also got some one big item upgrade to make to it, like a modification upgrade. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I'll share that with you here in a second. We'll go over gear, and yeah, first video of the year on the channel. So let's get started. One of the biggest things that's been a challenge for me for my autopilot has always been the transducer. And if you know about the autopilot, the way it's set up, you've got a space up front, which I really like. I like having the transducer way up front, especially because it's really effective and conducive for vertical jigging. But when you got these big modern day transducers, they're big, they're heavy, and finding the right kind of amount that's going to keep them in the right place is really important. So let me show you what I got right now. All right, so here you can see the transducer, and clearly you can tell that it's at a slant, and that's because the weight of it over time is just kind of worn out this mount, which is someone designed it, 3D printed it, and it's just not really thick enough and sturdy enough to hold these bigger transducers. So we got to solve this issue because I don't want that. I want the transducer to be level with the hull for the best possible sonar and most accurate sonar readings in the water. So even at something like this that's at a 15 to 20 degree angle, it's usable, but I just don't want that. I want as much accuracy as possible. In order to solve this problem, I went back online, and of course you can find some really interesting things on eBay, and I found this company that makes 3D printed brackets similar to the one that I have there now, but this one way more thicker. This thing is solid, and there's no way that big transducer is going to wear this thing out. So this is exactly what I've been looking for. I'm pretty confident this is going to once and for all completely resolve this issue of finding the right transducer mount for the autopilot. I have a Garmin unit, so this is a Garmin GT56 transducer. So if you're in the same Garmin world as I am, this is universal for all of the Garmin mounts or transducers that have like the tri mounts on there. And so we're gonna get this switched off and put it on, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's all mounted. There we are installed. This thing came out beautifully, barely budges. I mean, it's solid. That thing is not gonna flex or give out. This is the bracket, man. Really pleased. It's about parallel with the hull. So first upgrade for the season is done. Happy about that. All right, so we got that transducer bracket replaced with the new one. Really excited about that. It's the little things that add up into your success. And so that was something that last year I just noticed. The prior mount just was okay, but it wasn't like ideal. And sure enough, someone took that idea and built on it, and there we go. We got the replacement, and I think it's going to go a long way this season. Now, there's a few more things I want to do with the kayak, but it's not many. The other big thing I'm going to do at some point, not today, is I'm going to add lighting inside of it. Specifically because like for last fall, I did a lot of fishing in the evening. You've seen some of the videos. They're really dark. I got a lot of comments about you could barely see anything. It's a valid point, and I certainly want you guys to kind of be able to see what's happening in the kayak, especially if I'm doing any kind of night activities or night fishing. So I'm working on that, basically a lighting system as a whole. So when we get to that, of course, we'll film it and I'll kind of share what I've done and see if it's the right solution, because a lot of this can be trial and error. So we'll get to that when we do. So what I'm gonna end up doing here, once I wrap up talking to you guys in this video, is get out here. I'm gonna strip out some of the line from the reel till I get to some fresh line. We'll retie knots, we'll get new leader lines, we'll set everything up so that everything is fresh, ready to go for the spring season. We'll go through everything else I need to go through, and you guys can expect some fishing videos to start rolling out very, very soon. And I am excited about what 2022 has to offer. Thank you as always, guys. I'll see you later.